Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time. It's time. This is not Real Talk Wrestling Podcast. This is not Nerd Squad Podcast. This is the return of the greatest podcast in history. And I just buried both of my creations, but that's okay because I'm the owner. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the podcast of the century. Unique Talk with Malique is back. And I know what you're wondering is like, oh, this is better than this is all that. Where's Real Talk? Where's Nerd Squad? Well, here's a quick channel update. Real Talk Wrestling Podcast is currently ended. We will get to what happened later on. I'll do an update, or you might hear it during this episode of the podcast. But right now, I want to focus on different projects, and I want to focus on Unique Talk with Malik, bringing that back because that was one of the projects that I truly enjoyed. And my special guest, my first guest was, the King of Pro South, and I did a table for three. But now I felt like Unique Talk, I needed a unique character, and I decided to get this friend. Me and him, we have ups and downs, but like all friendship and all brotherhoods, they have ups and downs. But the only thing that matters is you still manage to patch things up. And me and him, we fought a lot, but I feel like at the end of the day, we still count each other as brothers, and we always made a way to come back with each other. And I felt like me personally, before Real Talk ended, I was really excited to do this program with him, and it all went to the end. So I feel like what, if anything, for respect out of him and me, because I really want to do a project with him, I feel like a way to make up for the Lost project is to bring him for Unique Talk. And it's been a minute, and you guys are wondering who is this special guest. It's not Luigi Diaspera. It's not Alphonse. It's not John Edwards. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the mastermind behind the Youngblood character. I give you the controversial Hunter Davis. Hunter, please.
How is everyone doing today? Yeah, I'm here. Real Talk is gone. So, would you like to say why it's gone, or should I? Or should I get my take on it first?
Well, you do you, and then I'll say what happened. In my point of, because we have different point of views, and I'm going to explain the real reason why I feel like it ended, and but give us your take first, and then I'll tell you what I've seen and why I ended it.
So, there's always been bickering and fighting, but this time I felt we had a pretty good solution to it by all agreeing to a general manager in the kind side. I played the role of a kiss ass to help push it along with my end, and I got selected as the number one contender for a match that someone else, Jimmy, wanted. But when found out that he wasn't choosing his opponent, he's got real, just say it, butthurt about it. And through a fit, he left the conversation and over childish stuff. Which ironically, we would have been facing for the belt in 2 hours. Ironic there, but that we're doing this now. Everything, honestly.
Oh, before I to interrupt you, but by the way, this is recorded June 9th. That's why this is New Japan Domination. Dominion Domination. We all pronounce his name funny. But continue.
But I want to say that I think we should bring back. I'm actually going to have to agree because I'm just tired of fighting. It's that we should just do a wrestling conversation. No Gimmicks, no. Just because, like, I was asked by John to choose between which I liked more, real talk or the extra point that I do on his channel, and I said the extra point, and because I've never had a bad NFL podcast. I do like wrestling more, but I've had several bad wrestling podcasts, and it all falls down to people just getting over and everything getting out of hand.
Sorry for the background noise. It's a volcano of chips. As I have the late night munchies. This episode is being recorded, but Hunter, please continue. I apologize for my rudeness.
That's about it for now.
All right.
You know pretty well if I have something to say, I'm gonna say it.
Very true. I can testify to that. But yeah, to sum it up, the reason why in the Real Talk Wrestling Podcast is because I seen that we all, yeah, I'm not gonna point at one finger or anyone. I'm just gonna say it. I feel like we all were becoming hypocrites. We all was, for example, we all would hate, when somebody did this and like, oh, do this and that. But when that person did what that guy did, he wants to complain. So like, if no one did agree with Hunter, with like for example Hunter's idea, they would say, oh, stop complaining, don't do this and that. But if it was the other way around, then everyone expected to be something different. And I didn't like that. It felt like what I was seeing. It just felt like bullying, and we all became hypocrites. And quite frankly, I didn't want to see people I consider family, to fight with each other because for nothing, even something so stupid. And then another thing is, the leaderships. I feel like Real Talk's problem was I waited too long to put it in the right direction in my vision. I felt like if I would have took control of it, like day one when we did gimmicks, or day one of the episode really pilot, everything would have been okay. But I let everyone do their thing, and then people decided, well, not decided, but people thought that, they had equal grounds, or they can overrule my decisions or what I wanted to do for the podcast. And I did not like that one bit. And like Hunter said, it was supposed to be a planned match for him. And just, I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna say names because I don't want to.
Because I already did.
Oh, you did. Dang it,
Yeah.
I forgot. God dang it. But yeah, but basically, what I saw, and Jimmy, I love Jimmy, but Jimmy won the match. And, I feel like what, that would have been good. The title was going to be defended, so it was everything Jimmy wanted. But when it was gave him the person to work with, I truly like when I was thinking about names, because if it was between me, if it was me, I would have lost, so it wouldn't be really a fair fight. If it was Luigi, I know Luigi doesn't really. To me, I don't think Luigi stays with New Japan that much. So the only people that I knew
He watches it less than you do.
I mean, shoot, it took Luigi this long to watch NXT. He barely watched the takeovers. I'm the reason he got it. But love you, Luigi. But the only person that come to mind to actually follow them on New Japan was Hunter. So I chose Hunter. And then that's where all the attacking and all the saying, oh, I don't want to do this and that. And then it was just like, it was like you was getting everything you wanted. It was something good for every storyline wise. It was perfect for everyone. It was perfect for Kindside, perfect for Hunter, perfect for Enigma, for everything that was being planned and built for each characters. and now like no one didn't want to work with anyone, and I don't like that. I feel like it's just like WWE. You're not gonna tell. You want to tell Vince McMahon you don't want to work with this person? I'm 10 times out of
If
10.
may I cut it?
Yeah, yeah. Say your state.
So I think what would have worked better is if everyone adopted the same kind of ideas that me and John agreed to, which is we would just go with the flow. Hey, that's this is supposed to be for fun, and so around WrestleMania, I stopped caring, like in a way that, all right, my plans got changed. Oh well, just let's roll with it. Figure it out. Mm.
Yeah, but I felt like I felt like that kind of hurt me because it was something good. Nobody want he didn't want to work the match, so it was just like, well, screw it, man. And then the chat, everyone was just yelling, arguing with each other, and if it was kayfabe, like it was all a work, then kudos to everyone. That y'all got me, but if it wasn't,
Gotcha. No,
yeah,
no,
but
not a thing.
not yet. But seeing it just looked like we were all becoming hypocrites, and it kind of looked like bullying to me. So I didn't like it. And like I said, I haven't been happy with Real Talk and the direction it was going, and like I felt like everything was leading up to expectations. Hunter was there too. I went into full GM character with the kind side. Hunter heard it. I mean, I wish it was so good. I mean, I'm gonna ask Hunter's opinion on this, but it was so good that I wish we would have recorded to post it because it was that good. What do you think,
Oh
Hunter?
yeah, it was great. It worked. And the thing that made it work so well was it didn't. It wasn't. I honestly think part of it was the fact that it wasn't recorded. It was just generic role playing.
Yeah, like that's the thing. Like we just, I feel like looking at it with the gimmicks, everyone cared for themselves and not others, which is why, like Booty does, for example, Booty does. I feel like Booty does had good feuds because I was making sure that me and the opponent looked good and not just myself. When me and John had that feud, yeah, we both bicker at each other, but if you watch his stuff, we both promoted each other. We both said that we're good. You're good at this. You're good at that. So me and John, we just had that. We're still rivals, but yet we're still showing respect to each other. Everyone else is just f you suck, and it just
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. But I mean, there's more to talk about it. I'll probably discuss it more later down on the episode, or down the line on the channel. But for right now, I just don't want to. What happened kind of made me lose the passion to do like the podcasts with all everyone else, which is why I kind of want to do a solo thing for right now until until maybe Real Talk will come back. Let me say this, so because I don't want to become a hypocrite too, and say I'm never bringing it back or anything. Will Real Talk return? I don't know, but if it does return, it's gonna be a whole lot different. And before I even bring it back, I want everyone to grow up and don't think about yourself, think about others.
Well, I'll be 21 Sunday, so I mean that should help.
I'll be 21 October 9th. But I feel
I'm older
like
than you.
I'm a year younger than you. Well, I'm just a few months younger than you technically, but
Huh.
yeah, that's unique talk. But like I said, I just feel like from what I've been seeing lately, with everyone doing like videos of their gimmicks, like everything, I see people focus on themselves and not everyone else. It takes two to tangle. Johnny Gargano didn't put a 5-star match by himself. He had a 5-star match with Tommaso Ciampa and Andreas Cien Almas. You can't have a 5-star feud by yourself. You can't have a 5-star gimmick by yourself.
I mean, Dave Meltzer might give Omega 5 stars on his own.
I mean, unless you're in New Japan, you're getting 5 stars. But other than that, you need
You're in the real world.
Yeah, you can't just focus on yourself. You got to focus with everyone, and that's my take on it. Let's on to a different subject. Let's talk. I mean, we're still going to talk about some things about Real Talk. Like I wanted Hunter's opinion on his feuds, his thing, but let's get into Hunter. But before we get to Hunter, let's talk about Hunter Hearst Helmsley, as in the game Triple H, the booker of NXT and 205 Live. You can find these where on the WWE Network for only $9.99 a month. That's right, WWE Network, $9.99 a month. Get to see guys like Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano in NXT Chicago. You get to see the Cruiserweights and much more on the WWE Network for $9.99. Get it now.
You should probably use something else to sell it. Cruiserweights isn't a good selling point.
What if I use Buddy Murphy? No. How about Akira Tozawa? Oh, speaking of devil, a 205 commercial with Akira Tozawa. Wow, that's crazy. I jinxed it, but I feel like Akira Tozawa could be a good draw.
My favorite thing I've ever seen of Akira Tozawa was this little video he put up.
Oh, with a little him shaking the thing in the bed.
Yes.
I can't find that no more online.
Neither can I. I had it retweeted, and it's not. The video's been deleted.
Probably gonna do WWE.
Oh man, though it was just so damn funny.
Yeah. But speaking of funny, Youngblood. Please, I need to know where that character came from.
Kind of a mixture of what I would like myself to be. White collar. Neil Caffrey's character. Well, Neil Caffrey is the character, but and the overall look of that character.
So, for the fans who never seen White Collar, give us a little bit more information. Like,
okay, first of all, go and watch White Collar. It's my favorite show of all time. And so, I'll give a little synopsis of it. Neil Caffrey is a white-collar criminal, stealing paintings, doing forgeries, and he goes and works with the FBI and so he's helping out the FBI solve white-collar crimes, and but he's got this style about him that any woman he's ever sees, he can charm any woman, he can charm any man if he so like to, while scamming each and every one of them. And that's kind of how I went with it. Was how good I am be this ladies' man, while also being able to get behind the scenes and worm my way into anything.
Well, that explains so much, because I don't know if it was your character or was that really you, but the things you said in that chat fits everything you described. But
I do a pretty good job of distributing my character, so.
Yeah, you do. All over the chat. Sometimes I have to wipe the screen because it's so dirty. But anyways, can you tell us more about you? Like, are you, you're in school, behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, what does Youngblood really do? Behind the character, what does Hunter Davis really do? Who is Hunter Davis?
Who am I? Well, I'm a criminal justice major. I actually just became the student government representative for the Criminal Justice Society. Got an event for that tomorrow, actually in 10 hours. Ugh. Ugh. I am a very politically outspoken person. I don't back down from anyone over my beliefs. It's kind of weird describing yourself. At least for me, it is.
Oh, please don't be. I mean, don't be modest. I mean, this is your life. We want to know about Hunter Davis.
Well, my kindergarten teacher. God, that was such a bad segment.
Oh God, please.
The more I think about it, the worse I remember it.
Low key, I kind of want to watch it again. By the way, we're talking before the episode started. What we're talking about is that this is your life, Bailey. And now, I can barely. All I remember is the ex-boyfriend. For some reason.
See, that part, honestly, that part was the one part of it that made the absolute most sense out of it.
Yeah. But then it just, I don't know, the whole segment was weird. And speaking of weird, tell us about your double jointiness, because that's a fact.
Well, I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which leads to my bones not retracting the way that they would normally, and I'm able to bend my body into various shapes. I can do, my favorite way I've heard it put, I can do as just one person what it typically would take two people to do. I'll let your imaginations go with on that one.
I'm not. I won't even think to imagine.
But it comes with a lot of problems. My knees kill me a lot. I have problems in my back and my shoulders. And if I stand up too quickly, I'll pass out for a couple of seconds. If I get too hot, same thing. Stress makes it happen more often as well. Quite a lot that can cause it.
I'm very sorry to hear that, man. I know you're a tall guy too. You're like what, 6'2"?
6'0".
Oh, 6'0"?
Yep.
Oh.
I ain't got no losses. 6-0.
Unlike LeBron James,
who apparently has a sudden injury from game 1 that wasn't disclosed. Why the fuck you lying?
Oh my God.
Stop fucking lying.
Speaking of that word, can we get a story of? Can you tell them the story about you saying that you would do the two guys? Because we need to know, was that all a gimmick?
Oh no, that's true. I would totally do that for that kind of
money. Can you tell the story so the fans can know what we're talking about?
So we were discussing who would you rather fuck with women, and Ruby Riot came up and they talked and said, yeah, no, you couldn't pay me. I said, you can pay me to do just about anything. And so they said, all right, $500,000 for Andre the Giant and Mark Henry. You're damn right, that's $500,000. I can get any kind of therapy I need afterwards with that kind of money.
I respect the honesty in you.
money doesn't come by easily for me. So if I got a chance to make that kind of money for a couple, what at max is an hour, just come on, you can't think they have that kind of stamina.
Yeah, but speaking of money, you need to talk. Malique would like to advertise Money in the Bank coming in the next week. In this match, you will see AJ versus Shinsuke Nakamura in the last ball standing match. You will see the women's Money in the Bank match where no one really cares. And then you'll see pretty much the same matches you'll probably see on Raw in the next week or two. But watch Money in the Bank.
What a rousing endorsement.
Hey, Road Dogg Booking does that to you. I mean,
What I don't understand is what the point of giving a match a special stipulation is to keep it from having the same outcome. The last match ended in a double countout in the ring because neither of them could answer the count of 10.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too. And then Paige saying we will have a winner. Well, they both get knocked out. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel like a ladder match would have been the best way to solve it.
No. I actually have to disagree there because we already got the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, and you don't want to oversaturate the card.
Hey, sometimes you need it. I mean, what would be a good way to end? All right, this is the last match. What match will end the feud?
I would say a Extreme Rules no count. Only way to win is by pinfall or submission anywhere in the building.
Okay.
And tell the referees there will be a winner. If both shoulders are down, you don't count.
I don't know. I feel like this match should have been ended in a ladder match. I would say still cage, but then I feel like they will both feet will touch the floor thing and they'll continue on at extreme. Like I don't know, but I
had the same thought when you asked the question. I thought steel cage, like no.
Yeah, that's just another way to continue the feud. But speaking of feuds, how did you feel about your feud with Enigma that never really took off nowhere?
I don't know. It didn't really happen.
Well, yeah. How did you feel?
No, actually, I did have a feud with Enigma, in which it lasted a 10th of a match, and I continually tried to get it rebooked so we could continue it. And I continued to try, and then the podcast ended. Because I continued to try to bring it back, because technically we had a few going from the last pay-per-view of the year last year. And I continued to try to bring it back into something.
Yeah.
All the way through Dominion.
Well, it almost reached to Money in the Bank too, but Dominion would have been shorter. But speaking of feuds, you also I like to comment that your feud with John was probably the best in the chat. I love the chat because even though we don't have the gimmicks in the podcast and stuff, the chat feuds does help build the feud for pay-per-views. And I would go out and say that you guys feud in the chats are the best in Real Talk history.
Well, thank you.
It's one of my favorites. And I want to ask, how did you feel about your feud with John Edwards, aka the Reaper, Real Talk?
I absolutely loved it. However, the one thing I could not stand is the fact that the video I took, and one of my favorite promos I've ever recorded, it never really got seen to its best efforts because of the audio issues that Messenger was having.
Oh yeah, I remember that you climbed up the ladder.
Yeah, so I had taken this ladder because the gimmick match that me and John had was this ladder match. Grab the championship and the other's contract type situation. And so I took this, and we had a ladder because we're doing work on my grandmother's house. It was destroyed in Harvey. And so I came up with the idea to set up like a ladder match style, which I'm fighting the demons of the Reaper. And so I take it and I start swinging it around, and holy crap, ladders are that. Credit to the wrestlers, because picking up a ladder is not that heavy, but when you start trying to swing it with momentum, damn, it takes some effort. And so I'm swinging around. This is on the fifth take as well, so as I'm doing this on the last time, I am fucking exhausted. But I don't let it show it, and I'm just pushing through. Bam, bam. And then I set it up. I get up there, and I have a little fight with this invisible demon up on top. And I grab this invisible camera and bring it closer. And I say, you've given me your best shots, but now I want you. Come join me up on this ladder. One of us will rise to the top, and the other will fall into obscurity. And the cut. And it was such a cool, epic moment.
That actually sounds pretty good. I actually wish the audio was working so we could actually hear what you were saying, because in the video, all the thing we just saw you doing this, and we was all confused.
Yeah, I know. And see, I was on my phone. It was showing it was playing the audio, but whenever I send it, it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah, I hate when those messengers have those issues. It reminds me of the time when me and you did a feud, and then I sent you the video in the chat, and you like, where's part 2 of the video? I'm like, what do you mean? It's part 2. You can watch the full video on the page, or you can watch, the 2-parters in Messenger. And then you went in the video like, oh, next time you do a video, try not to cut and record again. I'm like, what are you talking about? It was just one. It was one full video. Messenger cut it in half. So you gotta blame Messenger with these situations. But speaking of me and you, I have to say, looking at it, we had, even though we did the whole underrated feud of the year thing, I have to say, champion versus champion, God versus Youngblood, I feel like no one praises or talk about how great that feud really was. That was, looking at it, I have to say, looking at all the feuds, I have to say that it comes second behind Reaper and Booty Daddy. But God and Youngblood, I feel like God and Youngblood was terrific. I feel like it was great, and no one really talks about that feud. And I feel like that feud was your best work. And I'm going to say that, behind the scenes, I always tell the truth. I don't like to lie, especially like in your face or anything. But I when you was world champion, I hated it because I felt like, I look at it as a real business. I feel like when you had that world title, you made it a joke. You took it serious. So I remember telling this to Luigi. That I said, yo, I'm going to work with Hunter, and I'm bringing the best out of him. I'm not having nothing. We're going to have the best feud. So I went out my way over just to make sure that you and me had a serious feud. No kid shenanigans, no nothing. I wanted a serious 100% good feud. And I have to say, you blew my expectations out of the water. Like you were terrific. Sometimes I had to stop myself, 'cause I was like, dang, he's good. Like it's like there was some times I was like, yo, I was left speechless. 'Cause I was like, yo, he stumbled me. I remember I was like, yo, I'm gonna try to bury this guy. And the next thing you know,
Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that last sentence because after he's good, because I accidentally hit a button and the internet froze for a moment.
oh no problem. I was saying that, dang, this guy is good. Like there was moments where you did the promo. I was like, yo, like I was froze for a second. I'm like, yo, I need to find a way to come back because you left me speechless because I wasn't expecting that. I was telling people like, yo, I want to try to bury him. And next thing you know, I was like, yo, dang, he fought the burial. This is, not a lot of people can fight burials, but you fought it. I was like, wow. And like I said, I always when it came to you, because I remember in the early days of Real Talk, I try to protect you, try to help you, be this. So when we did the feud and I actually saw you, doing great and holding your own. I was really proud of you. Like, I felt like you were finally ready. Like, to me, you was ready to main event. I know this sounds crazy, but I always say Real Talk's my baby. Is Real Talk. Real Talk's real to me, and everything we do is real to me. Damn it, it's still real to me. But I have to say, watching our feud, rethinking about it, revisiting it, and everything. Like, I honestly would. I feel like I would feel comfortable with you in the main event now because what you did was terrific, and if you bring more of that in you, no matter whatever you do, I feel like you would be great at anything because you brought 100%, and that's why I wanted.
One of the things that really pushed it on that one was so I was raised in a church household, and so the way that my pushing against a god altogether, and my religious beliefs on its own are a whole nother story, but and still the idea of pushing against even the idea of God really pushed something else out of me, in my opinion. But my whole strategy throughout it was see what you say and then just find one line out about it and just go out from that.
Those usually are the best ways to work a comeback. Find find one ingredient and use that as your recipe. But what would you give that feud out of 1 to 5 stars? Dave Messler, what would you give it?
Well, it didn't happen in WWE, so that already gives it an extra star. So, seriously, the guy has a genuine hate boner for WWE.
Well, he's loving NXT.
But I think he's only ever given one. I don't know if he's ever actually given a main roster WWE match 5 stars. And there's plenty of matches that deserve it.
Oh yeah, Shawn and Taker.
Mm-hmm. About the first one or the second one?
The first one.
I assume we're referring to WrestleMania.
Of
So, I mean,
course.
they did face a bunch.
But go on. What would you rate it?
I would give it a 4.5.
I agree. I feel like I would give it a 5 if it didn't just lead up to one pay per view, and it didn't really have any results to it.
I don't understand what you mean there.
I like basically we had to finish, and it didn't really have continuity. Like it felt like it was more like a live event match. Like first time ever, it was advertised, and we never really discussed it back in future episodes or continuing on the next night. We just okay, Hunter Youngblood won, and then we just went to the next feud: Youngblood versus Booty Dust and Booty God versus Reaper.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
So,
if it had continuity, and I say maybe one more match the following week or something, like, following pay per view, I honestly would say it would probably, in my opinion, I felt like our feud would have beat Reaper and Booty Daddy because it was really good, and it was in the days where Reaper and Booty Daddy we were kicking off the gimmicks, and during that time gimmicks were like really good. Everyone had good characters and stuff. So I felt like if we would have just continued the feud, that the whole I feel like the whole it would change the whole mood of the podcast, and everyone would realize that that feud tops Reaper and Booty Daddy. If it was just if it continued just for one more week or one more match, I feel like that would have been great. Like I don't know if anyone remembers this. I don't know if you remember this, but I was actually hoping Clash of Champions we did Champion versus Champion Part 2 or something. Make both titles on the line, or a fatal four way. You know what I mean? Like,
that would have been interesting. I don't remember you bringing this up because I would have totally been on board with it. But
yeah, like I was suggesting, like Clash of Champions. Why not just do champions? Because it's the title says Clash of Champions, so I feel like that would have been really interesting dynamic to fall out with it. But I think everyone wanted, because Reaper John wanted to do his match for the IC title, and then we did the War Games idea. So I guess we didn't have enough, time to build out on the card or anything. So, but that's enough of that. Let's go to the answers. Go to more questions about certain days. I'm gonna
I mean,
set.
ask anything.
Oh yeah.
I like talking about myself. I don't have a good reference point. So
Oh.
I love it when
We're
people
gonna talk
ask me
about
questions.
we're gonna talk about others, and you're gonna give me your honest opinion about them.
Alright.
All right. So when I say a person's name or a thing, you just give me an honest speech, and just go off of that. And when you're done, just say next. All right.
Alright.
All right. John Edwards.
He's a good friend. I've known him for quite a while. Met in a Dragon Ball Z Abridged fan group. He's got a pretty solid opinion base. And I can hear you sucking through the straws.
Yeah, that Sprite's delicious. I might pour some in my Rusev Day mug I just bought.
Not Lana Day though, right?
Oh God, no.
Fuck, that was so bad.
I mean, I love Lana, but God dang, a Lana Day. It should have been Lana is the best. Lana number
Lana
one.
is number one.
Yeah, I don't know. WWE missed a huge ball game on that.
It's going, and what the fuck are you doing? Alright, next.
All right. Malik Davis.
Oh, fucking prick. I'm just fucking with you. Ups and downs. I mean, there's times I absolutely hate your guts.
Oh, you.
Others I think you're a pretty sweet dude.
Oh, you. All right.
Overall, I would say you're a good friend.
Oh.
And and if my birthday Sunday, something like you could I can send you my address and we'll see how good of a friend you are.
I'll send you a new pic.
Hate that prick.
Not of me, of a female wrestler.
Oh, okay.
But okay, I appreciate the comment. The artist known as Booty Dust.
Okay, so good character arc in the beginning, but 2017 a good character, 2018, why though? I mean, there were so many different questions of why. Because, I mean, why did he have the main event for every pay-per-view until Mania? Why didn't it feel like it was honestly, it didn't feel like you were putting the effort in that you did when you had him facing me. It was just, okay, this is happening.
Yeah, I will agree to that. There was one promo I really planned to do with Booty Dust that will help bring his character up, but I needed Jimmy to show up in one of the episodes, and I don't think he did, so it's just like, well, delete, delete, delete. But,
Jimmy didn't show up. Wow, that doesn't sound like
when the Booty Dust versus Enigma feud, I liked it, but I didn't like it at the same time. I don't know. I just felt like Dust and Jimmy worked well together, but it just felt like
that was the most stale feud I've seen for that title.
No, to me, I actually think Booty Dust and Jimmy worked well together, but I feel like when it came to when it was the world title and we was building the matches, I feel
whenever
like
they first did it, it was great.
Yeah, but
whenever they brought the title into it,
yeah,
neither person seemed to care. Like, how do you not? And I didn't understand it. Like, how do you not? How do you care so much without any kind of real thing to weigh it down? And then you have that, and you just don't care.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. If I can go back in time, I wish I can go back in time and revisit and try to edit it, but I did feel I do. A part of me does feel like Enigma and Booty Dust could have been a little better during the world title feuds, but you can't do nothing about it now. It happened, and
That's why I said I was the better world champion, because I feel like I put enough into every one of my world title feuds. You know, me and he both went back and forth on it, and then I moved on to facing Booty Destiny. Really good this wonderful thing of someone trying desperately to get my attention, and I just refuse to legitimize them, kind of pushing for others to want to care about Booty Dust, wanting to see. In a way, it's a lot like the Aleister Black Velveteen Dream, Say My Name.
I believe that our feud came before that, so maybe WWE kind of watched our feud to get.
No, it didn't.
No, it did. Velveteen didn't. Aleister Velveteen Dream happen. Did it? Wait.
Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, it came afterwards, because that match happened at the night before Survivor Series. I know I was there, and our feud was during the pay-per-view after Survivor Series.
So we were before or after?
We were just after.
Dang.
Like, immediately after that feud finished.
Dang.
But yeah, so, and then that epic climax up at the end, in which I'm giving him I'm giving him the attention he's been wanting, and he's egging it on, and then I just stopped.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was that was probably my favorite promo I ever done it live, because it had such an energy about it, and it was going, and I just stopped it. This ultimate tease.
You slut.
Hey, that is very true.
At least
There
you're
ain't
honest.
nothing wrong with being a slut, though.
All right.
That's what I told your mother.
Let's go to the kind side.
Really fucking annoying, and honestly, just did not get it. But during the short time it was a GM, it worked because it was this. At least from my character's viewpoint, it was this leader that I felt like that was there. Was kind of he doesn't really know what he's doing. I can take advantage of this, and I can work with it. But the other parts of it was like, I don't understand why you're here. Like, Hindsight worked really great as a GM because it doesn't need to have he doesn't need to care about who wins. Trying to have Hindsight as a wrestler doesn't work because he doesn't care if he won or lost. But whenever you had him setting up in a above all type role, it works because when I talked to him, I had to think, how would I approach this? I gotta think like he would.
Well, like an idiot?
Well, kind of just being ass kiss. For me, it was being a major ass kisser and just super nice, right? Because I can't go in there and demand for a title shot. It wouldn't work. But I went up and I said, "Look, I'm just saying, you should probably pick me because, I mean, and whatever you pick, it's your decision. You'll probably make the right one because you're pretty great, man. But Luigi doesn't even watch New Japan, and Alf is a part of his crew, so it really wouldn't seem right. Anyways, whatever you do, you're good."
Clever girl.
And that's part of my whole worming my way into everything.
All right.
And I was planning on continuing that until after I reformed Beautiful Death, and then I was going to slowly, the first moment I didn't get my way, I was going to start snapping back. And it's going to be a bit of and then I was trying to work the manager's trying to push back on me, because punishing me, because like any face manager would punish the heel. These are plans that I did not get to do, and so that really sucks. Next.
All right, let's start the shoot promos. Let's get the controversy out. Let's start off with one of my good brothers, Luigi Diaz-Barra. How do you feel about him?
Football team fucking sucks. You hear me, man? They suck.
Well, I'm a Giants fan too, Dick.
Yeah, but fuck your team too.
Okay.
I just had to get that out there for him, and I hope he's listening. But he's a pretty cool dude. He's pretty chill about things, and so we get along pretty well. He's a good dude. Next.
Jimmy P. Gonzalez.
Looking around to see if anyone's gonna cut my mic. It's well known. I don't like him. I can put up with him for the sake of the show, but I don't like him. Everything that, for me, a lot of my biggest problems that have happened because he jumps in and decided that he was making his own decisions about things. There wasn't no one else got to discuss, no one else got their viewpoints in. It was his way or the highway. And whenever it's not even his show, that in itself rubbed me the wrong way. Used saying it, and I don't like it, but I get over it because it still is your show. I will move on. I might whine about it a little, but I'll move on. But him saying it, this isn't, you should be on the equal playing field as me. So, if anything, you should be on a lower playing field because you don't show up near as much as me, and you haven't been doing it for as long as me. If anything. And then, but I sat back and I just allowed everything to happen. And finally, it was getting back to where I could work with him. We could try and do something because he does do good promos. I mean, he worked the character pretty well for the most part. And so I was going to work this out. We both have a knowledge of the independent scene. But his ego gets in again and says, no, I don't want to do this. For whatever reason, because I still don't really get his reason. He said I wasn't, what's the word? I didn't deserve it. Like I outlined in the chat. If anything, I'm the only one free that does deserve it. All of his choices lost at WrestleMania, and I won. And he tried to bring up that he was in a storyline with them already. No, you're in a team with Lobo. You don't have anything going on with Luigi. You've had a thing with me for the last 6 months. Maybe you want to actually put some effort into that. Nope. So yeah, I have quite a few problems with him. Next.
Kieran Shea, a.k.a. Maverick.
I gotta say, he's the most entertaining person I've ever seen, especially when he's drunk. When he's drunk, it was the greatest thing ever. I mean, so, funny story. He's sitting there trying to get me, this back when Beautiful Death was together, and he's sitting there trying to get me to turn on John, and behind his back, and reform the team. That never really was a team, but all while him not even realizing that John was in the call with them. And then when he did, he's like, "This doesn't pertain to you. Just be quiet." And it was just the most funny thing ever. I voted to record do a podcast like this, but someone, I won't name names, Malique, but vetoed it.
Hey, it sounds funny, but I feel like he would regret seeing that in the near future. I didn't want him to be like, "Oh wow, I can't believe that happened and you guys recorded," you know?
I think he would have been a good sport about it and laughed about it. And he laughed about what was said, what was going on. He denied it at first, but
Yeah, but once it hits the internet, it never goes away.
Alright, find me that Akira Tozawa video.
Sorry, no speak English.
That was so funny the first time, but after a bit, it was like, okay, but you're clearly speaking English, and then you suddenly don't.
Yeah, I still pop at it.
My favorite thing was Corey Graves clapped back at him whenever Nakamura tweeted something, and then he goes, "Oh, I see, you can't speak English, but you can tweet it." And it was just like, shit!
Corey Graves breaking kayfabe since 1997. Well, probably earlier before that, after that, but hey, you get the point. But anyways, any more on the Kieran Shea Maverick type of guy?
No.
Oh well. What about Alphonse Magdaleno?
To be completely honest, I have no opinion. I mean, I don't really have a positive nor a negative on that.
All right. What about his toothbrush?
What?
His toothbrush. He used to brush his teeth.
Oh my god. Fuck that goddamn motherfucking bullshit toothbrush. There
There you
is
go.
no circle of hell. I don't know if you've ever read into Dante's Seven Circles of Hell. There's not a single one of those that is worse enough for that toothbrush.
God dang. All right.
Next.
Latino Heat.
There's good things and bad things. Good things is when he's there, he delivers great work, and I have a great chemistry with him. The issue is he's not almost ever, and that was one of my biggest issues with people is that, especially with, going back to Jimmy, is that me and John and Luigi's, we all made sure to be there almost every show. And so when someone that shows up very sporadically trying to say they have more power over it, it rubs me the wrong way. But I have really great chemistry with him, and so it really works well whenever we went out together.
Alright. Alright. Reaper. Oh, are you ready?
Yeah.
Reaper versus Booty Daddy. The whole chapter. The whole feud. From Backlash 2017 all the way to Fastlane 2018.
It was great, then it was good, then it was there. Then just like Backlash, it happened.
Oh, man.
Oh,
man.
Towards Fastlane, it stopped. There was no real. The energy was gone. And that again goes back to the whole. There were so many issues involved in what was going on between me and him and how that was going to work, because that. And so the actual feud of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. If you don't mind me interrupting you, I'm gonna be honest. And if John's listening to this, I hope he doesn't feel. I'm not blaming him for the feud, but I will say this: the feud at Fastlane, I wouldn't even consider it a feud. Honestly, the whole Fastlane pay per view, the real talk card for Fastlane is just, to me, it's filler. Real talk Fastlane never happened. The only thing that happened, only like Luigi getting to the main event. I just say in my head that he beat Jimmy somehow. Like I don't even count Fastlane as canon in real talk. Like I hate everything about it.
I just seen your moisture.
Oh, I know, right? That was, what's funny? The mug was supposed to come Saturday, but it came Friday. My jerseys was supposed to come Friday, but they came Thursday, and so everything came a day early. So I was really happy. So it's been a good week. I mean, your boy went from employee of the month to all these packages and might get a little promotion. I mean, it's been a good week for the Malique Davis.
Next.
Moisture. It's moist. But let's see. Yeah, Fastlane. Oh, I hate it. Real talk, Fastlane. I uh I hate it with a passion. That's like the worst card, and I don't even consider it being real. That's just my take on it. Uh, okay.
Oh, funny thing about Fastlane, by the way, though, because you never did actually sit in picks for Tyneside.
Yeah,
Technically,
Jay.
Tyneside did not go get the Loserweight title back because the rules stated that you had to put in picks.
Yeah, but he technically did it. Oh wait.
Yeah.
But wait. But you were a loserweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
So he technically lost because he didn't put in picks. So therefore, he gave up the match by forfeit. So.
Yeah, that. And then back at I don't even. Can someone please? Was it Clash of Champions at the end of the year? Because every time I think about it, all I can remember is the end of the year pay per view.
Yeah, end of the year of 2017 was Clash of Champions.
Okay, so there, it was there. It was there. It was good, but you never could hit the stride that you hit during the original.
I agree. I think what I feel like Reaper and Reaper, me and John, I feel like it should have waited a little longer. Like I feel like Clash of Champions should have been there, and then post Mania we get back into it. But what's so?
So I made this fake Facebook account for a game that I play.
Uh huh.
The name I gave the account, Dick Hardy.
They actually allowed it.
Yeah, you can say what it's. Dick is a real people. A lot of people are actually called Dick, and Hardy's a common last name.
Oh, whoa, that's a.
So I just look at it. You are now connected with Dick Hardy on Messenger. And I just imagine tagging on post and say, "You make my tagging and tag them. You make my Dick Hardy."
Well,
that's the other part of the Youngblood character is that it's just kind of my sense of humor, anyways.
Pretty much what. Hey, if you're happy, I'm happy. But let's go with Nerd Squad.
Didn't we forget someone?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on 1 second. I feel like we're forgetting someone, but I don't know who either, if we are.
Oh, are you talking about the Eye of Providence?
Who?
Sean Bradley?
Who?
Yeah. So, Nerd Squad.
But no, that wasn't who I was thinking of either. I'm checking the chat to see if there's somebody I'm missing.
Ace?
Okay, I do have some opinions on it.
On Ace?
So, yeah.
You sure?
So,
he's done nothing.
Ace is Ryan, right?
Yes. Wait. Ace is not Ryan.
Oh, wait, who is Ryan?
Ryan is center.
Who's Ace then?
Ace is Xavier.
Who is Israel, by the way?
Xavier.
What?
Yeah, come on, man. It hasn't been that long. You act like it's a Nerd Squad podcast.
He's only recently started saying things, so I'd forgotten about it.
Yeah.
And so I just keep seeing it across the chat. Israel sent a photo. I'm like,
So the Kurt Angle was Jason Jordan.
huh?
No, that was a reference to Kurt Angle forgetting about Jason Jordan.
Oh, lovely. I had forgot about it too until you brought it up.
My black son.
That the memes with that was probably the one good thing out of that whole bit.
I actually like the storyline. But what you think about Nerd Squad? Any thoughts?
I enjoy it. Are we saying that is it over as well, or because when that was asked, you didn't really give an answer.
Well,
So I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
I figured it would be like that. I'll say this: I have, like I said, outside of like the channel name, I'm keeping Real Talk because I'm gonna do certain things like Real Talk reviews, and I'm gonna do some reviews about games and movies. Nerd Squad podcast. I don't. I'm not. It's gonna be like Real Talk. Well, it's not like Real Talk where I say it's over and it might come back. Nerd Squad. What I envision with Nerd Squad is if I watch a movie or want to do a review,
That's nice.
it would be like a unique talk where I bring like one or three people and we just talk about it. So Nerd Squad would probably be like, I think Nerd Squad would be like a review of movies, and then I'll ask, "Hey, did you see it?" And then we'll do a little record, and we'll talk about it. So Nerd Squad might be giving a shake up. So to answer your question, Nerd Squad is not over, but it will be edited to a new view.
So I just realized, looking back at the chat, CM Punk's second match is tonight
Yeah.
or tomorrow night, depending on your perspective.
Well, he's fighting Saturday, right?
Yeah.
So tonight, in my time.
Oh man. Have you seen Deadpool 2?
Not yet.
Okay, then I won't say anything.
I'm hoping that if I hang out with the boys Sunday, we'll go to the movies and watch it. If not,
It's a great movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Oh, you about to say? No, you go first.
So, Avengers: Infinity War is a better movie. More well done. It was put together better. The story, it did. That movie might as well be considered art because it brought out so many emotions. But I simply enjoyed myself more at the showing of Deadpool.
You know what's funny? People I worked, everyone was telling me that Deadpool 2 sucks.
No, definitely not.
They say that it was too long in the action and start to the end.
I don't think they watched the movie.
I tell them this, that even though I didn't see it, I was like, well, if I actually like a story, then action. Because if I get action without a story, I'm just watching a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Oh, God, I really wish you just seen it because I really want to talk about how it began.
Don't worry, I'm going to see it soon. And when I do, I might do a little review with a special guest.
Alright. Yeah, I went on the Thursday before it released total, which I do with pretty much all superhero movies. But this time I did it in particular because I got this little minifigure that I leave sitting on my PlayStation 4. Get PlayStation 4, you scrub.
And then maybe. Wow, Nia Jax looks completely different than she does in 2018.
Jump on her older pics
No.
before the accident.
No, I'm looking at her Raw 2016, and wow, she just looks different. Like, I don't want to sound like an a-hole, but I mean, I love Nia Jax, but it looks like 2016 Nia looks like very, very sexy compared to her. It's like she looked better younger than she got older.
Yeah, that's how most people are.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, but
like Nia's like Nia looks good now, but back in 2016, 2 years ago, she was like Damn. Maybe because she's a face. That's probably why. When she was a heel, she had like lipstick and all that stuff. So yeah, maybe it's because she's a face.
Really? Because I feel like they make you look uglier as a heel. Whenever
Not
you look kind of like that.
Alexa Bliss.
I said when you look like that.
Oh.
Alexa Bliss, they really can't do anything with her to make her look bad.
This Is Your Life.
She still looked hot.
But anyways, almost get ready to wrap it up here.
All I'm gonna say, because it's just killing, it's the beginning of Deadpool 2 will hit you like a brick. And again, just pay attention to the opening credits because they're hilarious. Like they were in the first one. Directed by some overpaid asshole. Things like that. I don't know if you noticed that in the first one, but...
No, I said then his wallet was, I think, a Green Lantern ring or a Green Lantern photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was focusing more on the words that it says, directed by some overpaid asshole.
I wonder if I could bootleg it.
The first one?
The second one.
I don't know.
I want to watch on my iPad Infinity War. I thought that was a great movie. I want to watch it again.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But let's get ready to wrap things up here. Your thoughts on Sean Bradley the second? Sean Christopher.
Okay, before I get to that, there's something else I want to discuss. The Christopher Robin movie. What the fuck? How is this supposed to be for children? This looks creepy as hell.
You talking about that Winnie the Pooh movie?
Yeah.
I never even seen it yet.
I haven't. The movie's not out yet.
Like no, the trailer. I never seen the trailer.
Okay, so it proves some things just shouldn't be made into live action. I didn't really think that at first, but like apparently, and I didn't know this. Apparently, all the animals in Winnie the Pooh are actually stuffed animals.
They are?
Yep.
Wow, that's
according to the live action.
Oh, okay. Please just be just live action, because I can't. That will ruin my childhood.
It's got such a dark tone, and all the animals look really fucking like they look like they're out of a horror film. You know, Winnie the Pooh is actually banned in China.
I heard about that.
Yeah, all because of a meme.
What was the meme?
So they compared this picture of Obama and the president there. It looked like it compared them to Tigger and Winnie the Pooh, and the government got so upset with this because of this meme that they banned Winnie the Pooh. Period. You can't search for Winnie the Pooh over there. You can't. If you type in Pooh, you go to jail. Winnie the Pooh or anything like that, you get a jail sentence.
God dang.
It is. I find it hilarious because it's all because of the fucking meme. Also, the meme in question.
Also,
it's not even like it's insulting or anything.
Don't forget to send a link to that Winnie the Pooh trailer. I would love to watch it.
Alright. So, Sean. I don't like him at all. There's people who are willing to forgive, but straight up, I talked about my disabilities in confidence, and so whenever he brought that up in my face, it pissed me off. There we go. Here's the meme in question. It's so crazy that that this meme just says that we're banning poo because of this meme and a couple others that are the same nature. Like one has this other Japanese leader, I think, or Korean leader.
Oh God.
It's weird how genuine it looks, though, in a way, right?
Yeah, he overreacted. It ain't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, continue.
So yeah, it was a severe slap in my face. Honestly, I don't really have much else to say about it.
Alright, I guess this would be a good final question. Real Talk Wrestling Podcast.
Drum roll. I still really love it. I mean, there were times which I was done with it, but I always wanted to come back because I enjoy talking about wrestling with people. And I hope it comes back.
Yeah.
I love it. I give my passion plea and you go,
Yeah, it was it was a yeah, like yeah, I understand. I feel you. I love Real Talk too.
Why does it have to look so creepy? Why, Disney?
Oh, God.
Right?
No. I love Real Talk too, but I feel like
And the crazy thing is, listen to this description. Out of the wood, into the city. Watch the brand new trailer for Disney's Christopher Robin. In this heartwarming live adventure, it goes. It's like heartwarming, blood curdling.
it doesn't really look like Winnie the Pooh.
Though there is one line in the trailer that I absolutely love, and it might be one of my new favorite. Oh. Well, that's interesting.
What?
Apparently, they released a Natalia action figure, and with this figure, she's actually holding the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh no!
Well, that's interesting.
No. No.
Well, actually, the headline says "Major Money in the Bank rumor killer," so it's probably something about to backfire about it.
Yes. And by the way,
there's this line in it, and I think it's a great motto. It says, "People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day."
No. Oh, I get it now.
But yeah, like it looks creepy, and I don't understand why. Like, it was a sweet, happy film, cartoon. Was Pooh movies, or was it cartoon? Was it a series?
It was a series and it had some movies.
Okay.
But speaking of series, before we get off topic, I do love Real Talk. I just didn't love what it was becoming with others. And you could just argue saying, well, end the gimmicks, but I feel like it's more than just the gimmicks that people realize. It's not like I said, and when I realized when I said why Real Talk needed a reset, it's not the gimmicks, it's ourselves. When people realize what they were doing wrong, and everyone grows up, then yeah, I will say Real Talk should come back. But as of right now, I don't see it, and I don't want it. I don't want to keep. I don't want to hate something I love.
What is the earliest you think that we might be back?
Wait, what?
When is the earliest do you think that we'll be back?
Well, Real Talk?
Yeah.
Knowing everybody else, honestly, if we can all get our stuff together, I say September.
Hmm?
Me being honest, I would say SummerSlam. But I was like, no, that's just too short. That's just too much confidence. I need to be more realistic. So I'll say September. Is September maybe? If it's not September, then I don't know what.
This comment on the trailer, reality version, Christopher Robin. I will never forget you, Pooh, even when I'm 100, while looking inside the toilet. I'll never forget you, Pooh.
That's disgusting. But
You know what bothers me about this, though? No one else seems to find it creepy.
make a comment. I mean, you might get a lot of likes.
Max, you know what I'm really looking forward to, though?
What?
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Oh yeah, Ralph.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
Shouldn't it be Ralph breaks the internet? I mean, no. What is it? Ralph wrecks the internet.
Shouldn't it be Ralph wrecks the internet? Yeah, but breaking the internet is kind of a thing, so. But it sounds better. Yeah, okay, you got me there.
I feel like that was a tease. They was like, you know what? We should have called it that, but it's like, too late now. So let's just make it an inside joke.
My favorite part of the trailer, though, is that whole, when there's a bunch of memes about it right now, and it's whenever it's just no, I am a princess, because on that whole list of things is no. Oh my God, are you people okay? Do I need to call the police? Have you ever been? Was the? Oh my God, I can't think about how they said it. But it was basically. Does everyone does everyone assume that all your problems were solved just because a big strong man came in? Yes, she is a princess, and it's like, bruh. Disney was making fun of Disney with it a lot in this movie, from what I can tell, and I find that great.
Well, it is Ralph breaks the internet, so I can't wait to figure out what it is about. But one thing I would like to say before we end this episode is 2K19 will not have GM mode. Stop saying
Yes, it
that.
will.
No, it won't.
Yes, it will.
Whew, man.
I promise you. I'm telling you. You know how come I'm so certain?
How come?
It's because of the popularity of the series of with Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, but if the series came out in maybe last year, then yes. But it came out what?
Several months ago.
It came out probably
March earliest. I mean latest.
Yeah, I think post Mania, I would say.
And so, and not only that, but you have a star actually straight up telling 2K to put it in.
I would like to see what they said Tyler Breeze said that. Send me a link of that.
I can send you the tweet.
Send me the tweet. And when I see the tweet, I might believe it. But as of right now, Hunter, thank you for joining me with Unique Talk with Malique. This talk has been unique. You're not gonna pop. You're not gonna pop.
I didn't hear what you said.
Thank you for joining me on Unique Talk with Malique. This talk was unique.
Yes, it certainly was.
And with that being said, I'll see you on the next one.
Alright.
Auf Wiedersehen.